Hello and welcome. This is a very different video to the video I just made, but it's important that I get the message that I want to make out there, and this is obviously my way of doing that. This is also quite close to me. I'm not going to overshare what happened, or at least not talk about it now, but it is a topic that's very close to me. I do understand a little bit. With that out of the way, I think we're ready to start talking about mental health and the things that can come along with mental health. It's very important to talk about mental health and all of that. But with that out of the way, let's do this. Now, there are many reasons why someone might have bad health. There could be getting bullied at school, not going outside enough. That is a big that can be a big contributor to bad mental health, as I think a lot of us realised during the whole pandemic, and the world was quite frankly falling apart. Loads of people were suddenly inside all the time, not being able to do anything, and people were sad. People didn't really know what to do. We're very social animals, right? We are not supposed to be locked inside, barely being able to see our loved ones, and that very much echoes throughout life, right? Like, if you're stuck inside all the time, not doing anything, talking to a camera, just playing games, bed rotting, whatever, you are not going to be happy. We need those social bonds to sort of keep us going, to keep us happy, It can be hard, to go from being stuck inside all day, never hang out with someone, to getting back outside again. But you can do it. It's hard, but I trust you, man. You can do it, alright? It's bad to just stay inside all the time. Don't do it. It's so important that you go out and hang out with friends. Even if it's just 20 minutes. Being with loved ones and being around the people you love and you trust is something that can help. Well, it can help boost your mood. It can help. I don't want to say it's the cure to fixing all your mental health problems, because I don't know particularly what's going on in your life and what you experience and not experienced and do all the other stuff, but I do know that being alone is a horrible feeling. And like I said earlier, humans are social creatures, man. We love to bond, and when those bonds get taken away from us, we just sort of shut down. And sometimes you do lose people, and that can be sad. But all that really means is that now you've got space for new people in your life, man. You can go out, meet new people, have fun. It's weird, right? Because humans often, we look at loss, right? Like losing a friend, and we sort of just go, and we shut down, and nothing else matters, man. We focus on that loss. We become enraptured by it, right? And don't get me wrong, loss is sad, right? No one likes to lose a friend, whether it be to you falling out or, however else people leave your life. But I think we should feel happy that we get to experience such a sadness in such a weird way, because if you'd never had that person, you wouldn't be sad right now about them having left. But here you are, being sad because you've got to experience such a beautiful thing. And yes, it may have been taken away from you, but that doesn't matter, man. You've got to experience for maybe even just a short time, pure, just human bond and connection. And I think we all just need to be a bit more friendly to one another. Now, I want to go back to my point earlier, which was getting bullied in school. Now, I'm sure it's a thing with experience. I mean, some people, it's no big deal. They just go, oh yeah, I used to get bullied by my mate, oh, banter. But that's not the sort of thing I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about the silly little banter you'd have with your friends, and hey, nice one, mate. Not all of that. I'm talking about just the downright disgusting, no need for it, bullying. And it happens so much, and it's so common now in schools, online, just everywhere you go. Someone's getting bullied and no one ever does anything about it. And this isn't me saying, oh, if you see someone bullied, you should jump in. But it's me just sort of being like, if you see someone bullying someone else, try and challenge them. The effect bullying has on growing mind is, well, I think quite frankly understated. It can literally mess people up for their entire lives. It can cause trust issues in the case of where many times bullies pretend to be that person's friend so they can go to them, have more to make fun of them on, and then that person obviously finds it out and they go, oh well, if one person did it, then they're going to do it, because again the brain works in weird ways, and they just sort of, you know, go on about that. It can cause sort of downward spiral. In some cases it can lead to the person feeling those things about themselves, and then they can't let go of those feelings, you know, and it, like I said, it can literally stick around for the person's entire life. And that's why I wish people would just think for a second or two before they say something, because the amount of pain and just downright horrible things that could have been saved just by someone thinking before they'd spoken. And most of the time there is never a need for them to be saying any of the horrible, nasty things they are saying. And so they choose to. Now, this isn't me having a go at anyone who's ever made fun of anyone ever, right? Because there's many reasons for that as well. For some people it can be a coping mechanism, like they might have a bad home life or just other things going on in life, and they have no other way to get their feelings out. And that is another case of how mental health can affect you, because no one wants to be a bully. Sleep is a big part of mental health. Like, as silly as it sounds, and when you are mentally ill, you hear it repeated a lot, but it's true. Getting good night's sleep, man, and going outside, as I previously mentioned, are good ways to improve it. And on the flip side, not enough of it can drag your mental health downwards, which no one wants, man. It can be hard, man. It can be hard when you are struggling to sort of pick yourself up and go, I need help. It is a difficult thing to do. Humans are capable of so much more than we think we are. And I just want to say to anyone who is struggling there, or has struggled, or whatever is going on in your life, well done. Honestly, I'm proud of you for going through whatever you've gone through it and still being here today. Like, I know I may not have met you, but the fact that you're here choosing to watch a video about mental health shows me that you're ready to gain your life back, man. And I'm honestly proud of you for that. I know I never normally get cringy and emotional here, but I feel like it's needed today. Getting better is a slow process. It really is, and I think that's why so many people feel so demoralised, because they look back at how long it's been and they're going, oh, I've barely made any progress. But everyone's different, right? Every single human being is different and heals differently. You know, we all learn and do stuff in different ways, and we shouldn't expect everyone to heal from the things they've gone through in exactly the same time. It's just not fair on everyone. No one is going to heal in exactly the same time, right? For some people it might take like 20 years, other people might just take like 4. You know, it's different for everyone, man. I don't want to labour on and on, but I do think the point I was just talking about is quite important. Having undiagnosed mental illnesses can play a part into mental health as well. There is a bajillion cases of people not knowing they have a mental illness and not being happy about why they are the way they are. I see why, because imagine not knowing why you're so different from everyone else and why you're so just blech, you know? Not but just so you're always just not quite right, you know? No matter where you go, like, no matter where you go, you never quite fit in. You're always just a little bit off. And you never know why. That would drive most people to insanity. And again, that happens all around the world, all the time. People don't know what's wrong with them, and it just drives them into deep depression. And depression's another thing, right? Depression is a very complicated thing. It's not as black and white. It's just still, you're really sad. It can literally be refusing to get out of bed, refusing to do just anything. I think we've all seen the stories of people being so depressed they can't leave the bed, and you know, it sort of gets played for the laugh sometimes, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think we should be laughing at people's depressions. I think it's okay, obviously, to cope with it using jokes, to laugh at someone just because they're depressed, and you know, it's not fair. But depression is a lot more than just what you see on TV and movies and all that. It can literally, sort of like as with the bullying earlier, it can literally stay with someone their entire life. But here it can be sort of hidden, you know. It can fester, and a lot of bad feelings, and I like that. Like, it happens a lot, actually. People are going through stressful stuff, they don't talk about it, and it just grows and grows and grows, and then it's been months, maybe even years, decades, who knows how long, and it's still just stuck with them, and it never goes, right? Mental health issues, like when people struggle with mental health, the thing is, it never goes. It always stays with you, and so you need to just sort of find ways to sort of tackle that. And now there is healthy ways to tackle with mental health, and there are unhealthy ways to tackle with mental health. Now I am going to start with the unhealthy ways, because they're basically an example of what you don't want to do, and most of the time they actually just make your mental health even worse. And again, we don't want that. We want each other to be happy. At least I want you guys to be happy, right? As cringy as that may sound to some of you, I do. I honestly want you to all be the best you that you can be. Self-harm is really just any way of causing oneself pain, and then obviously that's sort of self-explanatory from the name, but I think it sort of gets stigmatized as like a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. But no matter where you choose, or people choose to cause harm to themselves, it's not a good thing to be doing, right? It is not, as much as when you are feeling those feelings, as much as your brain can make you feel like it is not a good solution to anything. It actually just makes it worse, right? Because you're looking at your arm and you're thinking, oh, fuck. Now I've got, or whatever part of your body, don't put I'm using arm here as an example. You're thinking, oh, now I'm disfigured, and now this is going to stay with me forever. And I think you don't want to cause, no one wants to cause himself permanent disfiguration because of a temporary problem. Why should you have to experience that? The brain is weird, right? And most of the time we sort of jump, especially if bad things keep happening around us, we sort of jump to the conclusion that it's our fault, right? We blame it on ourselves and go, oh, well, look, bad things aren't happening around them, they must be great, and it's just me that's that bad things are happening around, and you know, you sort of get in the sense of like you're the only bad. Again, talking in general terms there, like you're the only bad person in the world, and obviously that's not true, right? There are loads of bad people in the world. Just look at history. Those bad people, again, can, like I said earlier, can contribute to again a bad sense of mental health. But people are choosing to harm themselves and irreparably change themselves because of what someone else has been saying, what someone else has been doing, and I think that as well as what else can be going on in someone's life, I think that can cause a lot of stress, and again that leads to worsening your mental health. Not talking about, keeping it in, right? Again, this contributes to what I was just discussing, which was self-harm. Keeping all your feelings in. Right now, this is most commonly done as a way to sort of protect oneself. Right? It normally comes around with people who have trust issues, but it can happen to anyone. You sort of go, oh well, if no one knows how I'm feeling, then they can't use it against me. And, you know, and to the brain that makes logical sense, right? If they don't know what's going on, they don't have to worry. Again, that logically makes sense, right? To the brain at the time. But keeping it in honestly only makes things worse, right? Because like I very briefly mentioned earlier, those feelings and like all those, some people it can be guilt, it can be whatever, feelings of like guilt and depression and, you know, anxieties that are just kept down inside. Eventually, they're going to want to come out. And not for everyone, but for a lot of people, that can come out as violent outbreaks. Obviously that just means they're getting angry at everyone, they're telling people to piss off and all of this, that and the other, and they've not actually really done anything. And again, this is the brain trying to protect itself here. They don't know what's going on up here, so they can't do anything about it. It's fine, it's great, we've got this. But again, that's not true. Humans are social creatures, and like I said earlier, we need social bonds to sort of keep us grounded. And it helps a lot when we talk about those problems. And if anyone ever does come up to you, by the way, and they're feeling sad and upset, just listen. Please, just listen. Don't be there and going, oh yeah, alright. Actually generally try and listen, and you know, talk to them about it. Literally, when they tell you something, ask them about it, go, oh, what's up with that, man? And seem like you're interested in the conversation, because nothing is worse than when you're trying to tell someone about how they're feeling and they're just sort of showing you away. But it's not always about fixing the problem, right? Sometimes we don't need a solution, right? Sometimes we just need someone to listen. And I think we rush a lot to immediately trying to fix this person's problems and make them better and all this other stuff. I think sometimes, but really most of the time, we just need to listen to them. We don't always need to be trying to fix everyone's problems and make them perfect human beings, which don't exist, by the way. No one is perfect. As much as we'd all like to be, no one is. It's better to just listen sometimes and just go, oh, yeah, okay, why is that? Why does that make you feel like that? And as I stand here, I'm reminded of a quote I heard quite a while ago. A friend's help is a friend in need of help. And then what that's saying is, when someone is helping you, to give them help back, right? It doesn't mean, you know, be at every beck and call, but if someone lets you, if someone lets you talk about things to them, let them talk about stuff to you, you know. And I do think it holds quite a bit of substance, again, when it comes to, you know, the loneliness epidemic that's currently going on. Many people are all of a sudden find themselves lonely, not really knowing where to go, and but seriously, just message your friends, man. Do it randomly. Ask them what they're doing. Ask them if they want to hang out. Whatever. Just randomly message your friends. It's a great way of checking up on people. You know, you might get them to do it back as well, and then you're both checking up on each other, which is great. You're getting power in numbers. My message really is today is talk to people, man. Literally, just go hey. And this can be so hard, and I know that sometimes people can make it sound like it's a really easy thing to do, but straight up, just go to someone and talk to them, man. Just go, hey, I've been struggling a lot lately. Can I talk about it to you? If you've got a good bond, they'll say yeah, you know. Or obviously people may be busy and, you know, and they might not be able to listen right away, but I'm sure they'll listen, you know. And so now that who feels like they don't have anyone to talk to, or, you know, anyone listens to them, there's someone out there, man. Trust me. Sometimes you just got to do a bit of searching. Sometimes the right person just falls into your life, and it's a great, beautiful moment, and you're happy. And sometimes you get left alone for a bit. You're on your own, but you're gonna be okay, right? No matter what you're going through currently, or whatever's going on in your life, all the stress you may or may not be under, you're gonna be okay, alright? Life can be a lot sometimes, but we'll all get through it, man. At the end of the day, we always need to lend each other a hand, you know. Now, if you see someone struggling, go up to them, ask them if they're doing alright. You know, sometimes they'll be like, yeah, I'm okay, but, you know, sometimes it makes you feel their guts, and again, like I was saying earlier, just listen. It'll be okay. I'm not saying that all the issues you're currently struggling with will disappear and go away, because they won't, man. They'll always stick with you, a tiny little bit. Right, some people it's a massive amount, some people it's a tiny bit. They'll always be with you in some way, shape, or form. You just sort of get better at knowing how to cope and deal with them. Now, I have left some resources you can go to if you are struggling. These aren't any urgent crisis hotline. These aren't places you go to if you need urgent help. Again, if you are struggling, please tell someone. Never suffer in silence, man. It is horrible when you have a world of pain and anxiety and stress going up in here and not telling anyone about it and have to deal with it alone. It's hard, man. It's no way to live. Being trapped, being, you know, held back by your own thoughts. It's in all honesty, it's not a great way to live. I have struggled with some of the very things I've talked about today, and bad mental health and all of that, and it's hard. It is a hard struggle to deal with, and I'm still going on my journey, but taking with someone who's experienced some of it, it's gonna be okay. Not, you know, it's not gonna be instant, but slowly everything will turn out okay. Also, just quickly, I'm trying out a new style here. Normally I'm just sat here. I thought I'd try out walking around. If you guys like it, let me know. But more importantly, I do hope you've learned something. Mainly being that if you are struggling, don't hold it in. Please, and I know I literally just said this, but please reach out to someone. Alright, you don't even have to go fully in the description. You can just be going, oh, been having a hard day, and you can be as vague as you want about it, but please reach out, man. Do not suffer in silence. With all that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.